Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to VanillaTV. Yeah, you might be a little bit scared to suddenly hear my voice over that amazing song from Comedian, our sort of cameraman DJ, whatever I want to call him nowadays. I'll figure out a name for him. My name is Pledge. I'm here to cast for you guys Crackline in the blue versus Punchline in the red. I don't know if the game has been brought up on stream yet, but if it is, you now know that Crackline is in the blue and Punchline is in the red. This is an ETF2L Premiership match. Week 1 officially. The game got wildcarded. So we're here in like the end of week 2 to cast this week 1 game, but it's one hell of a cracker, to be honest. As you have Crackline, a bit of a new team coming out against Punchline, the team that was here last season, got 4th, and actually like the game for 3rd place in the right to actually fight against which team was it actually last season that ended 3rd? I'm not 100%. I think it was it was Infused. TCM ended up playing Infused for 2nd and 3rd. TCM ended up winning that, but TCM ended up winning that against Punchline narrowly. And as I said, I see Admirable just asking me if I'm ready. Yes, I am. We're here ready here for VanillaTV. Why is there no co-caster pledge, you might ask? It's a little bit of a weird question. I've had this question multiple times already today. Seen it multiple times, people asking me on Steam and IRC. Anywhere, really. There's a shortage of staff in VanillaTV at the moment. Either everyone is playing, or vacation, or working, or studying, or anything. So I was just here, and I'm going to do it myself. So you're going to have to enjoy my voice, and if you don't, mute me, but still watch the game, because it's probably going to be a fantastic game. Not 100% sure if it's going to be as fantastic as I hope it will be, because Punchline kind of got completely destroyed last week by BFF on this very map, Gullywash, because the second week is actually going to be Gullywash and Granary. So Punchline has already played Gullywash once, losing 5-0 to BFF in 23 minutes, quite convincingly, actually, one might say. And we have Crackline now, gonna try and repeat that pretty much. And as I said, I'm not 100% sure if Crackline's gonna be able to do it. A little bit of a new team. They've been playing for a while now, but obviously we have smzi, who only played, I think, 3 games for the Circle last season. Minimoose and Ips are making their Premiership debuts. Debuts, I think it's officially called, before I'm calling that completely wrong. And they're a little bit inexperienced, but Admirable, very experienced, both medic and caster. And TviQ, with aim of his, he can play in Premiership any day. And Redshock, obviously a down man. I think he's been playing for Crackline for the past 3 seasons. Always in the Premiership, always playing well, and always the carry for his team. We're going to see how this game is going to go, though, now, as we can see the good luck funds are coming out, and the game is going to start here. CP Gullywash, the first map, ETF2L, the Premiership in Season 13, 6-on-6 League, the Premier 6-on-6 League here in Europe, with Pledge casting, and with Comedian on the stream to cover pretty much everything for you guys. We don't have a second caster, pretty much. I'm going to do this on my own. We're going to see how this game is going to go, as we have Gullywash first. Badlands is going to be second, actually, as this is a week 1 game. We see CaptainHax going down very early, and Crackline very comfortably going to pick up this middle. As, well, that was pretty much very straightforward. CaptainHax jumping in from that right-hand side immediately got shut down, and now it's pretty much down to Flinn, where, you know, the thing about Flinn, he's a little bit, I wouldn't say he's an underrated demo, because no one really rates him that high, but he seems to be one of the weakest demos in Prem, and he seems to be the guy to watch as he now gets taken down. The Uber from K3 completely gets missed, or Custom 3 as he's called at the moment. It was K3 last season, now officially Custom 3. And Crackline definitely in the driving seat here to go and cap this last point. They still have Uber ready. The Frenchies do not have the Uber ready whatsoever, so now the Uber's going to come in. There's a sentry from Punchline holding down this top left-hand side area. And just Redshock there, trying to make some stuff happen. It's not going to work, though. Redshock goes down. Admiral did get out in time, though, so they're going to be fine for the time being. Let's see if Punchline is going to try and actually push out of here. We can see Tech around this sort of second point. Now Flinn coming out to help him. We can see K3 around that area as well. Flippy still playing NG, though. A little bit of a weird decision there. As an NG is not as easy to defend with as it is to actually push out with. It's either leave a soldier on last or play with a scout to push on, but do one of the two. And as we can see now, soldier bomb coming in is probably not going to work all that well. Oh my god, he actually got the shot. Well played by minimoose for getting that shot out. Minimoose, as I said, and the 1-0 is actually coming in. Minimoose, as I said earlier, this is his first season in Premiership. I checked it out. He's been in Division 1 season. with Carnage Esports. I think Admirable playing that as well. I do not have that in my notes, but I think he did. But minimoose played in Division 1 that season, has not played officially in Prem. This is his first season. Got the great medic pick there that obviously led to that cap. As Crackland's going to lead 1-0 going into the second middle. We don't see CaptainHax jumping into the enemy team. Oh, he actually does right now. As Ibs was actually trying to get the pick in, jumping in from this right-hand side area. It's not going to be able to manage that, and looks like Punchline very slowly but comfortably, with their medic still alive, with only their roamer down, is going to pick up this middle. And Crackland only losing one roamer but getting low health very, very quickly. And now need to make sure that they get into position. Admirable has that Uber ready. Red Shock is going to stand on top. No, he's actually going to move to choke. I was wondering if you're going to stay up there. They're a little bit out of position. They're giving Punchline the arc here, but I'm not 100% certain if they're going to be able to manage to make this work, because you can see there's 2 players now on the left side, 4 players on the right side. It looks like Crackland has a better arc, has more fire damage coming in here, and they're going to be able to clean up everything that's basically coming out of France, and they're going to move forwards here, kill the medic off as well, kill the roamer off, everything pretty much going down. And Crackland not even losing one single player. Now, where's Flippy hiding? He should be around somewhere. Where is he? No, he's actually just in position. Never mind, he was not hiding whatsoever. Not going to be able to fight a scout here. Is he going to be able to? He got the first meat shot in, did get the second meat shot in. TviQ going down. smzi's not gonna be able to fight him there. He's also 52 HP. But we can see Crackland slowly, steadily moving forwards here. Already after that 1-0 lead, little bit of struggling on that middle. But after that sort of fail push coming out from Punchline and moving in here to second point, Admirable wisely moving back slightly, making sure he does not have to Uber here, and he keeps that Uber safe, keeps it steady, and still has about a 20-second sort of window in which they can push and actually make this work. Uber actually does get popped off very, very early there. Great force coming out for Punchline. That Uber's completely wasted now, as they're going to try and make some... like, the scout is now coming... Oh my god, Flippy actually got the shot on Admirable. I think there was a 180 flick. Not 100% sure, because Flippy just looked the other way and suddenly got Admirable down. Very well played by him, but now we can see Punchline. Are they going to try and move forward? It's a little bit tough. You only have one scout. Holding the flank is difficult. And now K3 definitely getting spammed here. Does have to pop off that Uber very early. Looks like Punchline's going to decide to block first or just kill a lot of players. 2 players already down in minimoose and Sam. I can see that Crackland seems to be comfortably holding, but Punchline is knocking on that door. They are going to try and make this work, but Flinn is down. Obviously, losing your demo man in this kind of scenario, always difficult. We can see this. Was it a spy? No, it was not a spy. I thought I saw a spy silhouette there from Crackland. Not gonna. That's not actually the case. And still, with Flinn down for 3 seconds, are they going to push or are they not? It's 5 versus 4. I think Punchline for now. He's just going to wait, and now TviQ picking up his beloved sniper rifle, something which he is renowned for. In my opinion, he might not be the best scout in the world, but his sniper is unbelievably good. Plays sniper for the best Highlander team in the world, pretty much, SNSD. Where pretty much all the highlight players in Highland are actually playing. He plays sniper for that team, and he's probably one of the best snipers in the world. Let's see how TviQ is going to be able to make a difference here for Crackland. Score still 1-0. In case you're just joining us, this is Pledge. We have Comedian on the stream, and we're here for VanillaTV, just covering this game. There's not a second caster. In case you're just joining and you might be wondering why I'm the only one talking. We only have one caster, shortage of staff for today at least, and everyone will probably be back later. So we'll see how this is going to work though, on my own for the entire night. Well, for now, the game is still equal, so we're going to see as 2 Ubers do get popped off here. Only 1 soldier for Crackland, keeping everything behind. Now Red Shark is going to throw himself into the fight, going to see if he can make anything happen. But as you can see, the arc from the second-hand point, you can see how the arc for Punchline was so much better than there for Crackland. Crackland catching damage pretty much from everywhere. He's not going to have to drop back, heal up. And the Ubers, because they got popped equally, the Ubers obviously going to be on equal percentages. It looks like Punchline is building a little bit better than Crackland is so far. They do get the pick as well, so we'll see in what way Punchline should be able to take it. Look at that, wow, 20% advantage. Crackland's not building whatsoever. Minimoose needs to step his game up, or at least Admirable needs to call that to him. There's a 20% advantage now for Punchline. I'm not sure in what way they notice. I don't think they have no idea whatsoever. They don't expect it. Besides, they also lost Flippy, set 6 versus 5. Pushing is quite pointless there nonetheless. We're going to see, as soon as Punchline gets 6, or probably even before that, Crackline's going to be knocking here onto the second point. Redshock, is he going to be the first? Yeah, Redshock's going to be the first one through. Is going to get Uber through this choke area. Counter Uber immediately comes off from the French. TviQ goes down, CaptainHax goes down. It's going to be a 5 versus 5 scenario here in choke area. Well, it's 2 versus 3 actually, as we can see Flinn being sort of weak, and not really, but he's only 175, not built. Now the roaming soldier gets through, minimoose going down, Admirable going down to the stickies from Flinn as well. So Punchline definitely getting the better end of this exchange so far, but they need to take care of the flank. We can see at the moment Plapla on his own on the flank, and now smzi and Ifs both going down. German players for Crackclan both biting the dust there. TviQ is playing sniper, does take down Custom 3. Fantastic shot coming out from him from that big door area. And we'll see, I'm seriously quite surprised that he managed to get that shot. Oh my god, getting the extra shot on tech. And TviQ certainly proving himself right here. Can he get that shot on the scout? As Flippy is going to sort of surf on that roof. I love it when scouts or soldiers do that, sort of surf on that roof. As TviQ's going to show himself once again. He's going to check by himself. It's a bolt sniper for sure. Has a scout with him. Crackline's going to push on, but Admirable does get assassinated by Flippy. Well played by him. And Redshock gets the pipes on Plapla, so a little bit of a frag exchange so far. Crackline decided, you know, we lost our medic, but we still have a player advantage because of that. So if we go aggressive now, we should be fine. That's exactly what they do. But then you get the problem of a backup. Well played by the French. Flippy on that backup is going to have to try and get blocked. One soldier is going to fly in, stand on that top sort of roof, and Flippy gladly is going to take the fight with him, and Flippy's going to win that fight with minimoose. Only 12 HP remaining, but the French definitely in a prime position here to equalize the score. Well, I say that now, 95% on the French medic. Custom 3 from Punchline. Here in the red ETF2L, week 1 in the Premiership, now pushing into last here. Tech gets sniped once again, and TviQ pretty much on his own, holding this round sort of together. Oh my god, gets Flinn as well. Are you kidding me? TviQ doing a fantastic job. They're taking their Tech and Flinn, even on close range. Now K3 going down as well. Now where is Plapla? He's the only guy alive. Oh, there he is. He's sitting in the very, very standard hiding spot. He's going to leave it. There's a medic right there. Yeah, he does go for the medic. Redshock does find him, but it doesn't matter anymore. Gets the shot on Admirable and gets 3 shots needed. 3 or 4 shots were needed, and Admirable was down. And it pretty much prompts Punchline to go and try and do something here. Flinn trying to make something happen here from this choke. Not going to work out though on his own against, well, at least one scout. But look at that! Look at the health from the Crackclan players. They're all very weak. They have no medic to heal them up there. So Punchline very slowly, very methodically pushing through, gets damage done, and makes it work. Let's see. Nowhere closes over. TviQ did go down. Expecting Crackline to run some sort of... Yeah, there we go. The heavy comes out for smzi. I was expecting that. And, yeah, apparently the score overlay was in the wrong position. We see Punchline actually pushing out on this. Admirable going down to the sniper rival Flippy. But that's pretty much it, I think, as Flippy does get a second headshot in. But minimoose not going to go down whatsoever. And Punchline probably a little bit over-aggressive there. I would have hold probably for a little bit longer. We can see Redshock 6 HP is going to get shot down by CaptainHax as the stick explodes in 1,000 pieces. But we have Crackclan just numbers advantage pretty much from the first second onwards after Punchline tried to make that push work. Didn't go according to plan. Crackclan is going to pick up the second point, but Punchline is going to have none of that. They're going to push. They're all the way into the back, and now Crackclan is in this sort of weird, awkward position on the sort of choke area. I see a soldier flying in tech. No, that's never going to work. And Punchline deciding to retreat out while pretty much just seeing tech die. Doesn't matter though, as Crackclan tweaks go down. minimoose is 11 HP. He should go down any second now. We have 2 for 2 exchange. But the demoman for Punchline has gone down. Now Flippy is very weak. He's 12 HP. He does get shot down by smzi. And it looks like Crackclan slowly but certainly is going to prevail here onto this middle area. Is it going to be enough though, as it's 100% Uber right now with Admirable going down for Crackclan? Is this Uber going to work? I do not think so. Like, it's only 2 players. It's not enough. They are going to block the point for now, though, but I expect Crackclan Blues to come from pretty much all over the place in just a second, as there's now 2 scouts assaulting this point. smzi and TviQ both doing work, get tech down, but Custom 3 is actually still alive, running into this choke area. together with Flinn and one of his soldiers, and even the scout there is there as well. And they're actually going to move forward here onto this middle point. Pretty much a scrappy game for the past like 5 or so minutes. Everyone is going all over the place. People are taking advantages of player advantages more so than Uber advantages, and that creates for a very, I would like to say, American sort of play, where you just play on the aggression more so than waiting for Uber and then pushing on. See the Frenchies having a slight Uber advantage here, 25%. So quite sure that they know, because they're a very methodical team. They may not have the best fragging power in the game, but they're certainly a team to just, you know, reckon. They're almost the entire Team France. Obviously 4 of their players are playing in Team France as well, who got very far in the nation. They won the Highlander Nations Cup. I know they came second in the Highlander Nations Cup, and I think in the 66 Nations Cup they got like quarterfinals, somewhere there. They got really far, let's put it that way. And we're going to see how Punchline is going to be able to fare in this game. Score is still 1-0 for Crackline at this moment in time, but the game for the past 5 to 10 minutes has been very equal. There's still 16.5 minutes left. There's 17 minutes actually left on the clock, 16:50. Crackline is going to be able to cap this off. Now, TviQ is running heavy. I don't know if this is something Crackline does often, or if they don't. Obviously, I haven't seen any practice results from them. I only look at the official results. And we can see, for the second time already this game, there's a backup coming up. Now, again, there's a soldier trying to defend that. Is it Ips or is it minimoose? It is Ips this time around. He does get shut down. minimoose coming out to help him, but the Uber gets popped in a little bit of a weird position here. As Custom 3 still has his players alive, and it's 4 versus 3, but it's still doable though, as Red Shark goes down and Flinn goes down. And obviously for Crackline that has a bigger impact, because Red Shark is a better downman than Flinn, completely unbiased. And again the backup comes up, and Plapla is going to be able to get it this time around. Crackline is going to have to pay attention to that. As Tech picks off smzi, and now Plapla goes down to minimoose as well. We can see the Frenchies are going to push on here. They're not going to be able to block this, but they are going to fight for this. As we can see, everyone from Punchline just making sure that they're in range of the second point. No real frags come off just yet, and again both downmans do get taken down, and we can see 2 soldiers plus medic versus, well, everything from Punchline pretty much, but they have to retreat. The counter backup comes off. TviQ goes down as CaptainHax goes down, but minimoose was already down before that. So again, frags exchanging all over the place. Makes it very hard for me to keep track of what's happening. And again, look, just frags everywhere. Teams are not waiting anymore. I think that's one of the trends that we've been seeing in competitive TF2 for a while now. Especially like in America, we see this all the time, but now in Europe it starts to actually develop a little bit as well, as we can see that just people are dying everywhere. They go aggressive everywhere. They like taking their one-on-one chances, and it looks like right now this Uber does get popped off. Both teams' Uber does get popped off, and we see Flinn again went down very, very early in this fight, and it just gives Crackline an undefined advantage here, as there's no stickies to lock down that choke point. There's nothing of the sort, and for some reason Punchline is actually still holding this choke. I do not understand this. It was 3 versus 6. Get out of there, and they are going to be able to get out of there, yeah, perfectly in time actually. So they make me eat my words. That's fine. A little bit surprised still that Flippy's not running sniper just yet. From their first game against BFF actually on Gullywash, obviously they lost 5-0, so there's very little that you can look at that apart from their last defenses were fine, by the way. Even though they lost 5-0, their last defenses was fine, but everything else was just, it seems from watching that game, I watched the STV earlier today, is that Flinn seemed to be very uncoordinated with the rest of his team, and that's been pretty much the same thing here in Gullywash. Every single time he seems to either die during an Uber, or a little bit too far forward, or a little bit too far backwards, and it makes it very difficult to play with a downman that is not with the team 100% of the time. Now we can see the double Uber pop here on this choke area, again both with a downman, both with a soldier, and now it's going to look how this follow-up push is going to be. That usually happens. The sort of follow-up push is more important than anything else, but it looks like CaptainHax already going down. Red Shark now going down, takes down Flinn again, and he just can't catch a break at this moment in time. Didn't look how many deaths he had against BFF, but I think he had like 20 or so after 23 minutes, and for a down man, very simply, that's just too much. And Just gotta be able to look at this. Yeah, okay, now everything is 100% fine. I'm actually looking at the Twitch chat and IRC chat as we speak, so if there's anything you'd like to say to me or anything you think I'm saying wrong or something like that, please feel free to let me know. I'm on Twitter at PatrickLedge or on IRC #VanillaTV. Obviously the Twitch TV chat where you're watching right now, you can leave messages there and I will read it. That's no problem. Both teams on 100% right now. I've seen Punchline defend this point countless of times against BFF. Usually they take that heavy and they take a pyro. This time no pyro whatsoever. Plapla running spy. Ubers both get exchanged. Great! I like that sticky placement from Flinn, definitely. Just shooting pretty much everything to everywhere, but it looks like Red Shock very much carrying this for Crackland as he gets 2 picks very much immediately afterwards. Now going to try and move in from this side area. They need to get Flippy down, they need to get Flinn down, but if they take them both down, they're going to be fine, and that's exactly what happens. 2-0 is the scoreline now for Crackland, and I don't know if it's surprising or not. I really don't know how good Crackland has been playing for the last while, but I know that Punchline definitely not playing as well as they did last season. They seem to be a little bit in a slump. They cannot really figure out what exactly it is that they did right last season that they're doing wrong this season. But Crackland so far 2-0 up, third middle now coming up, and it looks like Crackland again the aggressors, even though there's nothing from Punchline that is really unaggressive. Oh, but there we go, CaptainHax jumping in from this right hand side, Tech getting a pick as well. That's 3 picks for the soldiers from Punchline, actually making it more as well. And we can see Custom 3 going down, but to be honest, with everyone from Crackline going down, that doesn't matter. 2 for 6 exchange, and there you go, Punchline pulling it back, getting the first successful middle. Actually, the second one, they did pick a middle earlier, I think. Maybe my memory is diffusing me, it doesn't really matter, but we can see that Crackline is going to have to fall back to last, obviously. Is Admirable going to run crit screen? Is always something to watch for if both medics die at the same time. No, he is not. And Custom 3, I'm quite sure he barely runs crit, so I'm quite sure he's running the minigun. Yeah, there we go. Just took a sip of my drink. Obviously, you need to keep my voice a little bit dry when I'm talking as much as I am at the moment. And we'll see how Punchline is going to opt to push this down. 70% Uber right now, 75 for Admirable. As I said, both Ubers pretty much equal. No weird decisions pretty much coming out from Crackland. TviQ is running heavy. That's not very weird. What is weird is the position where he's standing, though. Usually you keep your heavy on the point to block that point against the scout Uber that you see quite often. Let's see how... Oh my god. Again, like this was the thing I spoke about earlier, where you just see Flinn getting caught off guard and sort of detached from his team, if you know what I mean. And now actually the Uber force comes in as well. Did Ips actually get out of there? He's 50 HP. Looks like, yeah, he is. So that Uber was pretty much completely wasted. Admirable had to use that Uber back. And we're gonna see how Crackland's gonna push this though. I'm not really sure if they have what it takes to cap this though. We can see Plapla or Flippy actually on his way to last here. Does see the heavy. Is Flippy gonna fight him? It looks like, yeah, Flippy is gonna try and decide to fight him, but he also recognizes that everyone from Crackland is retreating back, so he's gonna make sure he stays alive for the time being. He's 54 HP. He's just gonna spam out a little bit. Again, going underneath. Flippy is not done with the aggression just yet. He's going all over the place, and it looks like now finally he's gonna decide to run out as Crackland picks up that heavy weapons guy on TviQ. Ubers, I thought were going to be equal, but Admirable apparently has a 20% advantage. I don't know where you got that. No, he does not have crit, so apparently he just died a lot earlier than K3 did. We'll see how this is going to work out. As yeah, it was a 20% advantage. It's not anymore, actually. As it seems like Punchline has been building a little bit more efficiently over time. Now it's actually back to 20%, so it looks like everything I just said was complete and utter crap. But from what I've seen so far, Punchline definitely building is slightly better than Crackland has. If only they'd realised that, to be honest. They would have been able to take advantage out of it, I think, twice already this game. Especially on Choke once, where they got a 20% advantage. They just didn't use it because they didn't know that Admirable had not been building with his team. Now here he comes. The push from Punchline coming out. Immediate counter Uber, immediately coming back. the execution here is pretty much still perfect from Punchline, and they're kind of spread all over the place. Red Shark is going to get damage done, and smzi getting the double kill on Plapla and Flippy. Great play coming out from him, and that's obviously very important. Take down scouts, and the capping / backup power from a team is drastically decreased. And now we can see that Crackline's going to pick up tech. 6 down for Punchline, of which 4 in the same 3 seconds, which is very, very impressive in the teamwork from Crackline. Now, you can see the sniper rifle getting picked up by Flippy. That's probably his favorite weapon. I don't think he likes a scatter gun that much. We're going to see how much he's going to fare. Is TviQ going to run back and switch? I don't know if they're going to do that. Let's see how this is going to work out. TviQ is going to go down. I think for him it's a perfect opportunity to actually go sniper in this scenario. And Admirable having a slight uber advantage, just 20%-ish. How are they going to push this? Crackline now ready. Not really in a position to push yet. They need their soldier there. Minimoose now saying hi here in front of the fray, coming into choke, but Custom 3 already has that uber ready. TviQ not going sniper, so Punchline a little bit tricky. And it looks like Punchline themselves into big door, just walking over there. And you can see, look at the arc position. I spoke about this earlier this game, and for anyone who is a little bit unfamiliar with Gullywash, it just doesn't have very good defend second strategies. This is how you want to do it. You want to keep that team that's attacking, you want to keep them inside this big door area. Because if you have any sort of space with like 2 or 3 players, you can just spam them out, as pretty much explained right there. They just had a much better arc, and Crackline just took care of that, no problem whatsoever. And unless there's some sort of crazy backup from Plapla, which we've seen already, but he's going to take down smzi on middle. He's going to try and fight some other players. I think Plapla's going to bite the dust there. Yes, he is. And again, 6 down for Punchline. It seems like the very important moments of the game, it just seems like Crackline is slightly better than Punchline, not dying with all 6 or something like that. They seem to keep Admirable alive quite well. Just looking at the points, we see K3 always having more points. That's what we saw actually. That's what we saw actually last season. That K3 had like a, I think he had the best. K3 had like the highest average score of any medic in Prem, I think, last season. I'm quite sure that was the case. Obviously, it didn't win everything, but gonna see how this push is gonna work out. Crackline just keeping a scout on the point, very simple, very easy. I don't think it was needed. It looked a little bit bad, obviously, from Punchline, but didn't really matter. There was a 30% uber advance. Everything was fine. Just in case you're just tuning in and you're like, what the hell am I watching? This is ETF2L, the European Team Fortress 2 League. It's the main league here in Europe for 6v6 teams. I think 350 teams or so signed up for this season. 6 different divisions. Obviously not 6 divisions of 60 teams, that's not the case. And actually, while I say that Punchline is doing something I really did not think they'd do. When I saw the start of this bit of it, they almost completely wiped it. They can get Red Shark down. I count that as a wipe, as 1 half-health scout is not going to be able to do anything. But Punchline is going to grab this up. But well, this is happening, I can actually finish my sentence. ETF2L, 350-ish teams signed up. Prem / Div 1, and then Div 2, and then all down to Div 6. That's pretty much how many teams they're playing in. 350, like, divided by 8. I'm a math student, I should know this. About 40 divisions or so, all divided between Prem and Division 6 in this sort of pyramid shape, obviously. That's how we play it here in Europe. All the unlocks are banned, apart from medic ones. That is pretty much the only ones that are actually allowed, and not even all the medic ones. So we're going to see Punchline here jumping into last after a very successful middle. They should be able to pick this up, no problem whatsoever. They're taking it very slow, actually. Red Shark still on full health. Punchline is going to fail this push quite drastically, actually. That's not good whatsoever. Is Flippy going to be able to do something completely insane, or is he not? It looks like he is going to try and go for the shots, though. He's probably not going to make that, as now he gets spammed, now he gets taken down. And Punchline, from a very simple situation, couldn't make the most of it whatsoever. This is the Premiership Division, the highest division we have in Europe, between Crackline and Punchline. Punchline lost their first official. Crackline wildcarded their first 2 weeks, as far as I know. And, Crackline actually got an extension on their second week as well. This is the first week game that did get a wildcard, so that a 2-week extension is being played now. It was supposed to be played last week, and now we can see that just the teams are duking it out, and Crackline seems to be coming out on top. With 4 minutes left on the clock, the score is 3-0. Punchline didn't actually manage to pick up that last point. Now that Crackline's going to pick up the middle, I think that's pretty much game. not really sure. Punchline needs to pull something out of the bag if they want to make this happen. Something like what CaptainHax just did works, taking out Admirable for completely no reason. A little bit of a mistake there from Crackline, just walking in there, kind of too cocky, really, in a way. And they did get taken down. I'm just looking at what Crackline's gonna do. It looks like Crackline is holding very confidently here. They're like, no, Punchline cannot actually push through here. Even if they want to try, we're just gonna spam entrances so hard they're not gonna be able to make it. It's exactly what you can see happening. Because minimoose jumping custom 3 does take him down. Very well played to him. I can see that Punchline is probably gonna pick up this middle point. Admirable goes down. TviQ 35 HP on Sniper. Where is he standing at the moment? He has not been picked up yet. Is he on Big Door or something? Where is he? Trying to find him. Oh, there, he just got taken down as I found him. Punchline is quite weak though. They're going to cap this second point off unless minimoose or Ibs can rush for that, but I think they're not going to be in time. Punchline's going to cap this a little bit for as fast as it possible can. It's like about a minute per round. It can be a little bit quicker, but that's ridiculous if you make that possible. But if you do it really quick, and the enemy team is opposing as they should, it should be about a minute 10 as like the quickest you can really do. A minute if you're having an easy time, 50 seconds if it's ridiculous. We're going to see Punchline just pushing through here. They know they don't really have the time to build this Uber. They're going to have to try and make this work. They get one player down. They get the Pyro now down. But it looks like the Arc still an advantage here for Crackline, now getting caught out of position, and unless Flinn can do some crazy damage onto Retrog, Retrog actually does get taken down. Punchline's going to cap this after a failed rocket jump from Hips, and the score's going to be 3-1. It's 1 minute and 50 seconds already, so theoretically, as I just explained, 55 seconds per round on average. It is doable, but it's highly unlikely. So we'll see how this is going to go, as Punchline is going to have to go as aggressive as possible and keep their 2 scouts on the point as soon as possible. It's pretty much happening here. 2 scouts on the point for Punchline immediately. You can see that happening ×4 as fast as possible. They're now jumping Crackline, and it looks like Crackline is going to hold on for a little bit of time. Punchline's going to try to push through there. It's probably not going to work though. They are going to cap this point. If they can take down Rich, or maybe something happens. But Flynn goes down, and it really looks like Punchline now. Yeah, this is just purely time-wise, purely theoretically, mathematically, everything like that is physically impossible. And I think I used every sort of adverb I could have used there, but it is theoretically just impossible for Punchline to still win this, so it looks like Crackline's going to win the first map. As Punchline lost the first Admirable, dropping Uber there, finally, it's been a while. Caster of the season of Season 12, my colleague Admirable is dropping that Uber there, finally in the last seconds of Gullywash. As we have 40 seconds left on the clock to finish up. Crackline's going to win the first map. It's going to bring the scoreline to 3-0. You get 3 points per map if you win, 2 points if you win after a golden cap. Ties are not allowed, and you get 1 point if you lose after a golden cap. So there's 3 points to give away per map. Crackline's going to pick up all 3 here in Gullywash, as the score is going to end 3-1. No, 20 seconds not possible anymore for any team to do anything. So the score is going to be 3-1 here on CP Gullywash. Punchline already lost Gullywash 5-0 last week against BFF in what looked like what felt like a little bit of a whitewash, but from looking at it, it was really the middles where Punchline just failed. It was the fragging abilities from Cookie and Bibbin and Cadis that failed there. Here it just seemed like Crackline was a little bit better on every single front, and especially Flynn dying was a really big problem for the French people. Against pretty much the mix from all over Europe, as Crackline is coming from pretty much anywhere. We'll talk about that just later. This was played for VanillaTV with Comedian on the stream for the ETF2L Premiership. Crackline versus Punchline. Second map, Granary, is going to come up here in just a second. This was Gullywash. Crackline won, 3-1. Right guys, and while we just cut the VOD, we're going to go to a quick advertisement break. We'll be back in 90 seconds. And after that, we'll be back. Please, on IRC, or on Twitter, sorry, please hashtag VanillaTV. Let everyone know that this game is playing. And yeah, VTV, hash VTV was actually something completely different, but we hijacked it. It's hash VTV in about 90 seconds. After the outbreak, we'll be back. I'll be back together with my bro Comedian. It's actually cost the second map for this game for you. Granary coming up here.